promised by the president, a statue of Christopher Columbus has been placed outside of a federal office building on the grounds of the White House. That statue is a replica and contains some of the pieces of the Christopher Columbus statue toppled in Baltimore during the racial justice protests some 6 years ago. To discuss the significance of this latest action, we welcome the president of the Italian-American One Voice Coalition, Mr. Andre DiMino, back here on the Live Zone. Mr. DiMino, always good to see you, sir. Welcome back to the show.
Great to be back with you, Guy. Thanks.
So why is this move so important to all Italian Americans?
Well, this is really a tangible demonstration of bringing Christopher Columbus back. Columbus has been under attack for all the falsehoods that they've been perpetrating about him over a number of years. And now to have this very visible and tangible representation of our iconic symbol to Italian Americans placed in such a prominent location near the White House. This is a great move.
Yeah. Andre, we're taking a look at the statue just a minute ago, some of the B-roll, if you will. There it is right there. We see it in the background. The first time, Andre, you laid eyes on the statue, your feelings, how did you feel? What did you think about?
Well, it was tremendous pride. Columbus was a representation of Italian Americans welcoming as immigrants into this country after the very bad backlash of the lynchings and so forth that occurred in 1891. And the first Columbus Day was that atonement and apology. And then Columbus statues were erected all over the country with Italian Americans' money that they donated to put these statues up. But then, unfortunately, as you know, in 2020, a lot of these statues were attacked and destroyed. And like this one here, this is a replica of one that was broken up and thrown into the harbor in Baltimore. And now it's been resurrected by the great people there in Baltimore, the Italian organization. And they put parts of it together and put this replica together. And to have it placed near the White House, it's just fantastic.
Andre, what do you say to our Native American friends who object to Columbus's legacy overall?
Well, we would ask them to really look into the facts, because objecting to Columbus is really just objecting to Western culture. And, he united the continent. So it's not only great for Italian Americans, but actually for all Americans, because that was really when the world was united. And we want to celebrate right along with our Native American friends. And in fact, we've made alliance with the Native American Guardians Association in order to preserve their symbols, like the chiefs and the Indians and so forth. So we're aligned with them. We want unity. We don't want division. So let's celebrate together. And Columbus, you got to check the facts. He didn't do all the bad things they said he did.
So obviously, we now see what's happening here in the nation's capital. Do you expect this to be replicated, if you will, throughout the rest of America and other cities?
Well, we hope so. We've seen statues like up in Rhode Island be resurrected and other statues being repaired, like in Waterbury, Connecticut. So we hope to see that this continues and bring us back to the sanity. It wasn't just Columbus statues that were attacked. It was our founding fathers and other prominent figures. So unfortunately, you shouldn't wipe out our history. Our history is our history. And Columbus is an important part, again, not just for Italian Americans, but actually for all Americans.
Yeah. Andre, have you had the opportunity to feast your eyes on it? You're not necessarily on TV, but standing in front of it as yet?
No, and we hope to have some kind of an event or ceremony there. It was just erected this past weekend. And we certainly want to thank the Trump administration and President Trump for doing this. And we look forward at some point to being down there, either with a ceremony, or if not, I'm just going to go down there myself and take a look.
I can tell you are truly excited about it. Folks that want to find out more information about the Italian-American One Voice Coalition, how would one go about to do so?
Sure. The best way is to go to our website, which is our initials, IAOVC.org. That's the Italian-American One Voice Coalition.org. And also, I just want to comment that this would not have been done. We put this together with the president. Basil Russo, who's the president of that, actually has been working on this for months, and we want to thank him and that organization for making this happen.
Good stuff. Well, Andre, we want to thank you for joining us right here on the Live Zone. Yet again, Andre DiMino, kind enough to say hi and discuss all things surrounding the new Christopher Columbus statue that's placed right outside of the White House. Make it a great day, Andre. Always good to see you, my friend.
Thank you, guys. Same to you.
You bet.